Welcome, everyone. Hello, this is Lisa, and you joined me for episode 16 of the Sunday Soul podcast. And I want to thank you so very much for joining me on this channel. This is Heart of Inspiration, and my role, my reason for being here for the incarnation is to help you lead a spirit-led, whole and healed, peaceful, and prosperous life. And in addition to that, assisting you in identifying, clarifying, and prospering in your purpose. So, as I said, this is episode 16. So, I've been doing this now for 4 months, every week for 4 months. I feel like at that point, you've created a habit. And I wasn't sure what to even speak on this week. 4 months is not a long time, but it is in a sense, right? A lot can happen in 4 months. That's over 1/4 of a full calendar year. Seasons can change in the natural, and most definitely seasons change in the spirit realm. A lot can happen. You can start a relationship and then end one just as quickly. A lot can happen. And a lot has happened over the last 4 months since I started coming to you. And so as I was just asking Spirit, what do you want me to talk about today? We don't have a guest. I haven't invited anyone to come along for the ride. I've been kind of doing a lot of just general work around the house today. Not a lot spiritually per se, just kind of rearranging some spaces and, doing that kind of thing. Like, what do you want me to talk about today? And then Spirit said, just go down and talk. Just talk about the journey and talk about how very important it is to be living your purpose. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk a little bit about the journey to my purpose. I'm going to talk a little bit about the journey you may be on in your purpose, and just some of the things that I have picked up on that are critically important as one begins to remember who they are, begins to reconstruct that entity in their reality, and then also how critically important it is for us to be very well in tune with our lower 3 chakras as we bring in the reality from the higher chakras. So I'll try to make this very concise. Here at this channel, through various modalities, we talk a lot about astrology. We do tarot readings, not as often as I probably should, but we'll get better with that in 2021. We do these podcasts, various teaching, meditation. We go over crystal grids, pretty much everything that I can right now in the way of how to utilize your energetic field, right? Utilize who you are in reality in this 3rd dimensional realm, and how we bring all of that up from up there and bring it down here. A lot. We talk about that a whole heck of a lot. I will tell you though, sometimes I wonder, how much does this really get through to people? And sometimes I wonder, is it lost in translation what really I've been sent here to say to you? So I'm going to say it extremely plainly, because Sometimes that's just the only way to get your point across. My role here is to assist you to understand that everything literally is energy. Everything is energy, including yourself. You are made up of various forms, states of energy. Your real self is not what you see, is not what you touch. My real being is not who you're hearing speaking to you right now. Although I'm sure it's enjoyable for most, I hope. And although it's comforting and it's uplifting and it's inspiring, and for some, I've had the honor of being able to heal, helped in the healing process, and others were mentoring and teaching and doing other things. But this is not me. This is the chosen third dimensional vessel that I picked out to incarnate into this realm at this moment in time. I chose a woman with wonderful, beautiful melanin skin, of Native American and African descent, and Irish and some English. Uh, I chose to come here, not as Beyonce and not as Rihanna, not a tall, slender model, as an average woman, average in air quotes, with 3 living children, and grandchildren, and I'm sure there'll be more, with faults and foibles, the whole 9 yards. That's how I chose to incarnate. I could have incarnated as a Caucasian male billionaire. I could have done that, but I chose not to for specific reasons. And perhaps the next lifetime, I don't know that I'll incarnate in this type of form. I might incarnate as a man. I might not incarnate on earth again. I don't know right now. I'm sure if I thought about it long and hard, or if I allowed my higher self to speak on that subject, I'm sure I would know. You are not, in reality, your third dimensional self. You are, in reality, though, your consciousness that actually resides, or your spiritual self that actually resides not necessarily within, but within, without, and all around. You see, you yourself, your essence, your energy cannot be contained by a human vessel. And that's the problem that one of the problems that we are encountering, right? Is that we continue to attempt to confine that which cannot be confined. We continue to attempt to restrain that which cannot be restrained. We continue to want to tame that which is meant to be free. And that is your true self. Your true self is eternal. Your true self is an energetic essence. It is of a different dimension. It is not physical. It is not third dimensional. It is not something you can put into a bottle, right? Like Aladdin or the genie. We're not the genie in the bottle that then someone comes and, rubs on it and releases and you get 3 wishes. Your aura, your essence, your real self resides within and without and all around. And for a lot of us, as we awaken, our actual energetic footprint, if you will, gets stronger. Our radar signal gets stronger and extends way out because light reaches far into the darkness. So before you get ready to walk in your purpose, we got to remember that one thing first, right? That we are not containable, we are not limited, that we are in fact limitless energetic beings. Not only that, so now we know, right, that your spirit first, that's your real personages. That's your real person. That's who you really are. But you animate this third dimensional being and make its fingers move and its lips move, and either you gave yourself kind of a silky voice like I have, or maybe you gave yourself a real deep voice like this, or it could be a real high voice, but you could have chosen whatever. You chose these characteristics. But remember that the avatar itself is all energy. Yeah? It's all energy. Made up of electrons and neutrons and protons and all sorts of wonderful energetic components. So it in and of itself is actually not solid and steadfast and unmovable and unchangeable. It in fact is rather illusionary because it can be changed. It is very mutable. Everything in your life, in fact, is mutable. Everything is able to be changed. Everything is energy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Energy cannot be contained nor restrained. Energy, my dear, can transform and transmute and reform into anything it wishes. Anything you wish. So here we are, and understand that your energy, you are yourself energy. Understand that everything you see, that you think you're breathing in, that you touch and you taste, and even the money in your bank account is all energy. And therefore can be altered and changed depending upon your perspective and depending upon the reality you wish to project. My role is to help you understand that everything is energy. My role is to help you understand how you can take each modality of energy displaying in your life and utilize it to create the abundance that not only do you deserve, but you came here to have. And your point of view on abundance may be different from the next person's, and neither is wrong. So for some of you, the abundance is the standard, what we think, what people typically say, right? When you think abundant, you think very wealthy and comfortable and whatever. Houses, cars, clothes, shoes, purses, wallets, whatever, sunglasses. For others of you, you just want to be comfortable. You don't really need a lavish lifestyle to be abundant. Maybe it's that you have, the family is well taken care of and the kids or the partner, whatever. But you came here to live an abundant life. You did not come here to live a life of lack and poverty. Not permanently. Some of us went through that life of lack and poverty to be able to teach others how to, right, get past and get out, how to escape. We were given the escape route, and now we're to help the others. Much like Moses parted the Red Sea so the children of Israel could cross over and then begin their desert walk. But that's a whole nother story. But again, much as Moses parted the Red Sea so that the children of Israel could walk across the shore or the bottom floor of that sea, so a lot of us are here to part our Red Seas, your Red Sea, so you can find your actual footing and walk across as you go on to your promised land. You see, we're here to show you the way. So some of us lived that life just so that we could then help you attain greater. Now, Lisa, why are you telling me about this? Because I think it's very important in 2021 for you to begin to identify what it is you were put on this earth for. And some of you have already begun to identify that, but I think it's absolutely critical that you begin to live it, that you begin to take steps towards being who you are incarnated to be, and understand that everything around you is subject to change. Everything around you is subject to your perception of reality, to your energetic footprint, to your true self being allowed to take the energy that's within and without and around and reshape it and mold it and take it from a higher dimensional concept or a dream or a vision and bring it on down through your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root chakra, and bring it into the earth, into manifestation. Everything is energy. There are celestial bodies that are here to assist us in this as well. For example, did you know that Jupiter emits twice as much heat or energy? It radiates twice as much energy out from it as it takes in from the sun. It does something within its own self to then amplify that energy, to bring it and emit it out. It takes the energy it brings in and makes it greater as it manifests and sends it back out. Why the heck am I bringing up Jupiter? Well, aren't we still in the midst of a Jupiter-Saturn conjunction at the beginning of Aquarius? Didn't we just dawn on a new age and open up a brand new portal of purpose? A portal of planning and then propelling yourself into your purpose? No longer constrained by time, no longer subject to the restrictions that the world has told you. You see, everything is energy. And so when I speak to you about astrological transits and I speak to you about the importance of lunar transits and things of that nature, when I speak to you about the planets and their alignments and their conjunctions and others and their squares and all of this, when I speak to you about all of this, it's critically important that you grasp the fact that I'm talking to you about energy and that I'm impressing upon you and informing you about the energy that you as an individual now, as an entity now, have access to utilize in your day-to-day life as you propel yourself to purpose. Energy. Jupiter takes the beautiful, life-giving energy that the sun emits, and it takes it in and it multiplies it. It transforms it, transmutes it, increases it, multiplies it before it sends it back out to give its energy back. Jupiter is also Zeus, right? So Jupiter was the king of the gods, the creator of all. Jupiter represents great expansion. Jupiter represents great addition. Jupiter represents setting a new course. Jupiter represents making your dreams come true. Because Jupiter not only rules Sagittarius, but originally ruled Pisces. So Jupiter rules this realm of Jupiter. The story, the mythology of Jupiter, Zeus overtook Kronos and dethroned him and became the father of the gods and became the father over humanity, but didn't want to just be the father and the ruler of the gods. He wanted to rule the Titans and everything else above and below as well. But he wanted to interact with humanity, and he did in various ways and inspired humanity to do great things and always thought the best of humanity. You see, he was a forward thinker. He took what he got, what he had, and then multiplied it to become one of the most prolific, energetic entities known to humankind throughout all the ages. The tales of Zeus are many. Zeus appears not just in just standard mythology, but I just watched the Wonder Woman movie as well. And there's Zeus, father of Wonder Woman, right? He reached far and wide, but he took what he was given or what he took, right? He brought in what he had been, what he acquired, and then he transformed it and transmuted it and expanded it. You see, as energy heats up, it expands. Are you going to get hot with passion? Are you going to get hot with passionate purpose? Are you going to expand and from your own heat source, from your own light source, your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root chakra, from your own light source, are you going to take and heat yourself up and expand yourself so that you can live in purpose in 2021? Are you finally going to go after it? Are you finally going to stop listening to what the constraints and the restraints and the structure and everything Capricornian that we've been told we must do? Are you going to release yourself from a certain level of governance and become self-governing Aquarius, Saturn and Aquarius? Are you going to become self-governing so that you can then expand your consciousness, expand your reach, and become an active participant in the collective, because this is what you're being called to do. Too many of us, though, ignore or don't pay enough attention and realize the role that our lower three chakras play. We're so concerned with it, and granted, the connection up to the heavens is extremely important. To the ethers is incredibly important. But beloved, if you do not have an anchor to bring it into, if you do not have a conduit, if you do not have the proper vessel, if you do not have your spiritual, if you will, womb ready, there is no channel through which you can bring the things of the higher self and the true self into this illusion. It must always be birthed. It must always be brought in. And it needs an earthly vessel in order to manifest. That's the rule. Those are them dare the rules. You are responsible. You are responsible for your own manifestation abilities and manifestation realities. You are responsible for maintaining your vessel, for making sure your solar plexus is fired up and ready to go and able to shine that wonderful light, right? Your own personal sun, your own personal seat of power and of life-giving energy. onto your solar plexus, onto your sacral chakra, which honestly, if I look at it, if I think about it, is quite frankly, quite honestly, well, that looks a lot like Jupiter, doesn't it? With that reddish orange color. That solar plexus heat goes down into that sacral chakra. And it takes what's been planted there, that energy of promise and creativity and newness and self-worth, self-esteem, belief that you deserve, that you came here and incarnate for that. Are you going to shine your solar plexus energy, your personal sun, onto your own personal Jupiter and allow that energy to heat up and then expand? I'm not asking you to recreate, because energy is neither created nor destroyed. What I'm asking you to do is to transmute. What I'm asking you to do is shine your light brightly and heat it up. Heat yourself up with that passion and watch your energy expand twice as far as you could ever believe it would ever go. And then take root and become so foundational that now you've elevated yourself, right? You've integrated this brand new energy into your physical being, and now your physical being can handle more higher vibrational energy at a greater expansive level. Because when you expand a gas, do you know what happens? Those little atoms move a heck of a lot faster. When anything is heated, all the electrons and everything just goes, woo, it just moves faster at a higher frequency and a greater rate. Are you going to allow yourself to expand by shining that light, by activating your solar plexus, by activating your sun so that it breathes life into your world, so that your light shines greater? That's what 2021 is all about, amongst other things. But my call to you today, as this channel expands and as Heart of Inspiration expands and as we step into our purpose and helping you to step into yours, my call to you today is to heat yourself up. Feel that spark, right? Call yourself into action. And as you're doing so, as you're calling yourself into action, you know what else I want you to do? See how far you can expand. See how far your energy can reach. See how far and wide and strong it becomes as it then begins to attract people towards you that will assist you, as you begin to manifest abundance into your world because you're vibrating at that frequency. And as you begin to live out your purpose, it doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get any stronger than that. It doesn't get any more real than that. Live your true reality. I want to thank you for being here with me. This was a short one. Didn't need to be here long. Understand and know that if you want to work with me, you can. If you want to get in on this masterclass and get in on the identifying, clarifying, and prospering in your purpose, like letting your purpose provide for your person, I got a link down below. Check it out in the description box. you can book some time with me for a 15-minute quick call so that we can work together, right? So that we can see if masterclass is for you. So just go on and book that time with me, and so we can talk. Okay, got that down there. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to 2021. I'm looking forward to what I'm going to be able to bring to you and value in this podcast. I can't wait to hear about all of you beginning to step into your purpose. Give me some comments down below as well. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love each and every one of you. Namaste. Bye-bye.